this one, named last night, a tag team title 3-way elimination match. Hurt Syndicate, FTR, Bro Dito. And I remember you distinctly hitting several times that like we were going to work into a way where Hurt Syndicate doesn't actually have to lose these titles. FTR wins. And we have that here. However, the elimination match throws a monkey wrench in normally how you would get there. Right? Because normally you would have Hurt Syndicate distracted by, I don't know, MJF or something. Right? Something that's pissing them off. And then FTR gets the old, Kansas City punt to Bro Dito 2 and rolls them up and, it's over.
Yeah, this with the elimination throws the wrench into what I thought was going to happen. Now, with that being said, here's what this will be the fantasy side of what I want to happen. Then I'll give you my pick. The fantasy side of this is FTR wins. Then you're going to get FTR versus Copeland and Christian at the pay-per-view in Toronto, or I know it's in Canada, maybe Toronto, maybe Montreal. One of those
titles.
Right. Those are that's where you get that. Right. And then the Hurt Syndicate would then go off with Bandito and my guy, Brody King. And you would pair that off with Shelton Benjamin gets a title shot, Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship title shot against Bandito. And then you got meat on meat, Bobby Lashley and Brody King. And that would be fun, right? So that's what I would hope would happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I still will say, though, FTR will win this.
I mean, I still feel like we're going to get there. I could see a way that I just feel like we need to get the titles off Hurt Syndicate somehow, but we also don't want them to get beat. It's a weird problem to have is they're unbeatable, but now that you gave them the title, well, fuck, the title's dead, right? Like you need the unbeatable person to kind of not have the title, if that makes sense. At sometimes. And, so you could still get Bro Dito finding a way, but again, it's harder with elimination, right? That they go through two of them.
I will say, if you do keep the titles on the Hurt Syndicate, it almost becomes like the Moxley problem / awesome, because when Moxley finally did lose to Hangman, we lost our shit, right? Because the right person, and in this case, maybe the right team, would be developed, and then they take out the team that no one could beat.
So, but here's what I think. I kind of think we might also, I know he should be focused on his main event, men's world title match, but does MJF come around and cause Hurt Syndicate to get eliminated? And now we're guaranteed a new champion somehow, right?
Here's where I wish, if we were doing picks, if we could be selfish enough, or since we're named the All Elite Wrap-Up, AEW would give us the match list, because hypothetically, if the first match is Hangman versus MJF to kick off the show, then MJF gets
involved.
Well, then MJF definitely gets involved in the tag match because he's like, if I'm not winning, then you don't keep your shit, right?
Well, that makes sense too. Yeah. So I kind of feel like he gets involved here, costs them, they get eliminated, and then I think FTR either wins that or Cope and Christian fuck them over too, and now we get Bro Dito with the tag title run, right? So I still haven't nailed down what I think there, but because I think MJF, and we're spoiler alert for when we talk later, he left himself vulnerable to some things, right? Like disqualifications, outside interference, things like that with his demands. But
he also doesn't have to cash in that contract.
True, he does not have to cash in that contract. Now, we could get in a situation where he loses, he thinks he can cash in the contract, and then they come out. So there's a lot at play here. And I like how they've done that. But I'm gonna pencil in FTR. FTR wins this.
Well, because here's the other because here's the devil's advocate to kind of conventional wisdom is you get to the Toronto, I believe it's All Out will be the next one.
Right.
What does the Hurt Syndicate do if they're not Yeah. What does the Hurt Syndicate do if they're not tag team champs, right? That's not that far away. August to September, where they're going to get a brand new feud in 1 week, you know?
Well, but you could get Bobby Lashley, MJF in a feud, and then maybe
Yeah.
Shelton, like you said, is just going off and doing a thing, or maybe one of them's got a scheduled vacation, and so we never know those things too. That's part of what
that's
sucks
true.
here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but I also feel like what are they doing? And again, what tag team would we now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this young Slick Nick and Mr. Instant Replay are on the rise, but
Yeah, that's true. Now, again, jumping back on the other side of the coin, I think Edge and Christian have to win the championship, the tag team championship at Toronto's pay-per-view because they're
True.
already, spoiler alert, they're already going to win this Sunday. So the nostalgia of them just winning, who cares if they just do it again, right? They got to do it now with something added onto it. Oh, okay. Now let's give you what AI thinks. So
you picked FTR, right?
I'm going FTR.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
still sticking with the FTR. I guess hold on before we get into AI's pick. What did you think about the 30-minute time limit draw between the two teams of Brodito and FTR? I mean, good Christ.
I like a time limit draw. I think in pro wrestling where we get so many like rubber matches and because we got to fucking fill TV time. I hate the now it's fourth time we're running this match back, which it feels a lot more imperative that we run this match back when we didn't get a winner. You know what I mean? Like when we went to the time limit because nobody was the better man or woman or whatever, right? And so now we've got to do it again, right? And
do it again.
It
brother.
makes more sense when we get the now we get the last man standing, no time limits, count outs in, or that kind of shit. So I didn't hate it. I think on your 2-hour TV, maybe you do those in 20-minute, right? You have a 20-minute time limit draw. Maybe we could have shaved 10 minutes off, but hey, I'm not.
I thought, and timely enough, I thought the man of the match was Brody King, and this is what I want next for him. I mean, he fucking ruled. He was the star of the match, in my opinion.
In a multi-man match. Now I know we've officially put him in a tag team now. They're a tag team now.
Yeah, I'd get rid of that though too.
I would too.
Can I tell you how I fantasy booked how that would happen? Just for funsies? No.
Turn him heel. Okay.
Well, watch this. This is what I would do for funsies. So they're gonna lose, right? Let's just say Hurt Syndicate go on vacation. They're gonna come back later to surprise X team. They're back. Right. Then they're doing that shit, right? So you have Brodito do one more match on Collision. They lose. Brody King starts to oh shit, he's going heel now. And he gets in his face, in Bandito's face, right? Which is Spanish for bandit. And he gets into his face. He's like, you blah, 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 blah. Lights go out. Lights come back on. Buddy Matthews is standing in the ring. And then you're thinking, oh, it's the Hounds of Hell.
He's not going back to where his girlfriend is.
No, because he signed long term. So yeah, he's staying with us. But you think, oh, well, now it's going to be the Hounds of whatever going to take out Bandito. But, plot twist, Brody King takes out Buddy Matthews. He's like, you are a fucking bitch. And then you get those two to have all their fun matches. And then you have him come out. He beats Buddy Matthews. So that looks good on a one-on-one. And then you get TNT Championship.
To me, it makes more sense if he continues his always being a lackey for somebody. And now he's just Bandito's secondary rider.
No,
you know what I mean?
No. All right, so
just forever the bridesmaid, buddy.
No. All right, so here's what AI believes. AI believes Isla, Isla, is that Isla? Isla Dawn. Don't know who that is. I looked her up. Apparently, she is a Scottish pro wrestler, formerly of the WWE. So that's probably why I don't know who she is. They think she debuts in AEW to help the Hurt Syndicate retain their championships. And that's basically the whole thing is she comes in, helps Bobby and Shelton, and now they've added one more member, and now the Hurt Syndicate are in the female ranks of hurting people.
Well, yeah, adding another person randomly to Hurt Syndicate couldn't hurt now, could it?